Yes, he's a burger chef.
Okay.
That's legitimate.
It is not.
What are you trying to say?
I can get great at burgers in a week.
I know 5 guys that beg to differ. All right, we are live, episode 9 of I Want No Part in This. And I feel like I need to be louder. Oh, and I also put... Is that a... It's you.
Oh,
Anyway, so this is episode
Alive
9.
myself.
This is our...
I don't even know how to get out of it.
This is our podcast where we discuss crazy ideas for businesses. Maybe not crazy, but ideas for businesses that we like, but we don't want any part in them. And you can take it and you can make the idea yourself, give it to a friend, whatever. But it's not something we're going to work on. Basically, is what we're talking about. I'm Dylan Paul. This is Levi Crumley. We've been designing things and products for, I don't know, 10, 15 years?
Yeah.
For a long time now.
Quite a few years. I got it all shared now. I'm no longer double broadcasting myself into the microphone.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about the delay on those things is that sometimes you get, you'll start playing and then you'll hear it 20 seconds later or whatever it is.
Right.
Okay, now the idea. Well, no,
I think
we first want to do wrap up. Of the last
a little
one.
recap. I actually listened to it on the way here just to kind of get my head back in the game
excellent.
and
Like
do
a
some
computer
recap. The first thing is last episode was what we deemed the Shower Whiz,
Yep.
which is a ladies driven design ladies first of a shower urinal.
Like a gentleman.
Something that can hang in the shower, have a nice drain line down to the drain. You can pop it off, have a female urine in it, or leave it on the wall and have a male piss in it. Either one. Mm-hmm. And I think that's fine. I Googled it. Even suction-mounted urinals, there's nothing that sticks to the wall. This is a completely uncracked case of possibilities. The only thing that I really got a lot of search results back from, which were, of course, Japanese websites with like training urinals for kids that have suction cup mounts to the
that's
floor,
not bad.
so they don't kick them around.
But it's not meant for the shower, right?
No, it's meant to sit by your toilet, and they have little propellers in them, like little targets to pee on.
Yeah, that's
which
fun.
I think is great.
That's fun. I know that we used to work at COSI. That's a science center, sort of children's museum here. And probably before you were there, but years ago, they had the bullseye.
I think I
mats.
remember seeing those. Yeah.
Yeah. So those were pretty fun. I remember when you're a kid, that's like seeing that is like, it literally makes an impression on you in your life to see something like that. Oh, I'm going to switch this because I'm being weird again. Okay, minor technical thing no one will care about.
Good to go? All right.
Yeah, so you know what I did see, because I was trying to think about how to, when I was posting that video, I was trying to see, is there a correct spelling for whiz? W-H-I-Z, W-I-Z. Well, anyway, when I started looking it up, if you type in whiz, I think it's W-H-I-Z, which is the one we wound up going with, there are some female, like, external catheter type devices, or like camping urinal type things.
It's really for camping, which is silly, because where are you camping that you can't just take a piss?
Yeah, you mean as a woman? I guess there's I don't know. This is obviously something we're not experts on, but despite how many videos on the internet I've watched on it, I don't know. There's clearly some aiming that they'd prefer and they don't have. I don't know. Maybe it's a feminist thing. They think you can aim, why can't I?
I guess when I see the like female catheter with the hose down the leg, it's like you're trying to be sly about it.
No,
I'm standing here looking right at you, but I'm pissing down my
Well, I wasn't
leg.
thinking about the hose down the leg. That is obviously.
Yeah.
You could do that with a catheter or a colostomy bag. Just be, I'm pooping right now, and you just have no idea. Well, you don't make a noise; you'll give it away.
Oh, right.
But
were you pooping? No.
That was a chair. So the female more aiming funnel is really what they've got. They've got a misshapen funnel,
right? A squished funnel,
squeezed from the sides, and a banana funnel, and I don't know why it's for camping or something, but they're into it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. It's
but that was called the Whiz, I think, or like Girl Whiz or something. There was a couple versions out there.
Did they have a wizard?
No. Nuh-uh. They did not explore that particular
Way to
marketing
go,
avenue.
guys.
You really missed the boat on that one. Classic example.
Just drop that name right on your desk and
Well, hey,
Nothing.
they can have it now. We have already said we don't want any part
they
of
can
it.
rebrand. Maybe quit marketing it for camping 'cause it doesn't make any sense.
Hey, I don't know. There are probably some people out there that are like, this is my favorite camping accessory. I don't personally understand it, but
Then you gotta
obviously
rinse it
exists.
out or something, or you're carrying around.
I don't know. You're right.
Piss
Now you're wasting
cup.
precious water. I
Yeah.
have no idea. I don't know what
I
they're doing
can't
with
think of a single time when camping when you wouldn't just go behind a tree and piss.
it. Well, we're talking about.
I'm thinking as a woman
gotta
right
think
now.
about the ladies, man.
As a man, I'm not even going behind the tree. I'm not even going that far.
Just turn away from you slightly.
Slightly. Or tell you to turn away. That's the power move. Turn around. I'm going to have a piss.
Yeah. So, I can't think of anything else ridiculous that we talked about that needed to, in that podcast episode 8, that we needed to wrap up.
No, that was pretty much it. We didn't touch on too much else other than your basic beer can cooking chickens and whatnot.
Yeah, that was, sorry for any chicken listeners that we have out
Yeah,
there.
chicken.
That got
People that
dark.
have pet chickens.
That got pretty dark. Okay, so then we'll roll right into episode 9.
Yeah.
Which is the current episode.
This one's going to be viewer mail. I didn't bring the...
Ooh.
Oh, I did. It's...
Just pretend. No one, it's all audio. No one. Wait, people are actually watching at the moment.
Blip, blip, blip. Okay, so this one is similar to or possibly partnered with, once again, Uber.
Uh-huh.
But it's instead of there's Uber Eats where they deliver
Yep.
you food.
Yep.
This one is from Hugh. He came up with the idea of something he wants no part in,
Mm-hmm.
and so he gave it to me, like I suggest everybody should.
Yeah, send us a viewer mail.
Yeah, send us viewer mail. Of course.
Postcards.
Postcards.
Actual mail.
Yeah.
Email not accepted. Must be
He mailed it to me.
actual mail to 421 West State Street, Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was it? 43201? 43215?
No, it's 43215.
43215.
Yeah. So this is for when you go to his idea originally. I think I've developed it a little bit further past this. His idea is for when you go to, I'm thinking Chipotle specifically because of how bad the line situation can be at Chipotle.
Yeah.
Or really any restaurant that doesn't have a wait staff. You're a waiter. You're Uber waiter.
Uh-huh.
You're just a freelance waiter.
Oh, okay.
People come in, they sit down, you up their experience level a little bit, and you got like the little menus and the like. For some reason, that towel they like to drape over the arm and the pepper grinder and whatnot.
Sure.
All your accessories, you can handle their drinks for them.
You know what this reminds me of? See, first of all, this is weird because do you think we mentioned something that led him to this?
Other than the grandma Uber. No, I don't know.
Okay, because the thing is, I don't think
He's
I don't
always
see,
looking for side
when it comes to
hustles.
the marketing and stuff, and even the explanation. I don't think this is necessarily an Uber related thing.
No.
it's a freelance waiter. Now, see,
Yeah,
here's an
yeah.
interesting thing. I was in Vegas in January, the end of
Uh-huh.
January, and they had Wahlburgers, which is actually Mark and Donnie Wahlberg, and maybe the other one. Is there another Wahlberg?
I have no idea. I didn't know they had a thing together.
Yeah, they have It's called Wahlburgers. I think Paul
Oh, God.
Paul Wahlberger is the cook in the family. Anyway, it's like Chipotle, but like that style of food or whatever.
no
but
idea.
but burgers. It's
Okay.
delicious. It's
Yeah.
delicious. Anyway, the weird thing is when I was in there, especially because Vegas is like turning people in and out. It's just like a constant stream of people.
Right.
There were girls that would literally stand there and take your order, walk over, put it in like a freelance waiter, except they really did actually work there. But it
Okay.
got me thinking that you could easily do that.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could set up a system where it's like, hey, you're an independent contractor with Wahlburgers. We don't do this, but
Yeah.
like, hey, you're going to make tips, and maybe you could even really do like a percentage or something of the eventual tip.
Right.
But
I think it
Actually-
could save a lot of restaurants, too.
yeah.
Like, having staff employees as a new restaurant is a killer.
Yeah.
It's just, there's no one in here. Good thing I'm paying these people to stand there.
Yeah, so they're just, and they're all hustle at that point.
Yeah.
I got to get you your drink refill real quick.
Uh-huh.
But like, it's like self-serve, like Chipotle or Five Guys or
Yeah.
something like that, where it's self-serve. The counter's up there. You get your stuff from there. You talk to those people, but I'm just a go-between.
Yeah,
So
Starbucks.
if you want it's like the valet or whatever. You
Yeah.
can park your own car,
But he's
sure.
inside.
But if you want the full service experience, then you can sit down. I actually, the funny thing is, it kind of could degenerate into, like when you stop at the light and the guy's like, I'll wash your
Wash your
windows kind of thing.
windshield?
It's kind of like that, like a service you kind of don't want. You're just like, no thanks, I'll get my
Well,
own
no, because
thing.
it's an app-driven thing.
I don't know why it has to be app. The app makes
How
the
else
app
do you
doesn't
pay
s-
this person?
They take your check. They're the waiter. It doesn't. A regular waiter doesn't need an app. I don't think it's app related at all.
I think it
That's
is.
what I'm saying.
I think you're
Uber's not even a
paying-
part of it. It's not related to Uber. It's not related to any app. Why would it be? You just walk in
for the
and
payment.
if they're
It's
extra busy,
easier.
because I think Chipotle could even be the same way too. If there was, what if they really got going fast enough, there could even be, I just walk straight up and say, okay, I want this burrito, whatever, and you just wait for me. Kind of like a bar.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for my drinks at the bar, but the waitresses go right to the
So
side.
there's the bars you're not supposed to stand
the
between.
service bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they just order their drinks right away, so they get like sort of priority service.
Yeah.
So you could sort of deal with it the same way. I mean, a bar is sort of like the same thing. Every once in a while you're at a bar and it's like the waitress in the fancier bar, the waitress will come around and get your drinks, or you go up yourself. And they're sort of
I
like
guess you
willing
do have
to.
that
They're
option.
basically willing to wait in line for you, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm just thinking that the payment is the big hurdle for me. Are you just handing them your money to take up there?
Yeah, I understand that if they're not vetted and they don't really work there, that's when you're getting into some weirdness.
But I just feel like that's where, if you have it app driven, the percentages to pay them are easy. It's built in.
That's true. An app would make that process. Obviously, that's the advantage of Uber, is that all of it's sorted out.
Yeah, you're gonna pay a little more, but you didn't have to wait in line. You can sit there, relax.
That would
for a
actually be
little
pretty
bit.
cool, especially
Yeah,
about Chipotle
especially
specifically.
about
If it was
Chipotle.
busy and you could just be like, okay, someone wait in line and order our table's worth of food.
Yeah.
We'll just sit down like a regular restaurant.
They just
and
put
start
it in like
conversation.
a business order, like when you call to like pick up lunch for your like a meeting.
Yeah.
it just goes into that queue.
That might be tough. I do that every once in a while. I can't remember what the shortest time is that you can do. I think it's half an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it is.
It
might be
That's
15
a bridge
minutes.
you can hurdle. I think 15 minutes is fine.
I know 15 minutes is about the limit though.
Yeah, that's like B-Dubs right now has that 15 minutes of your food's free.
Yeah,
for lunch.
I just don't-
and they are terrible at it.
I bet. They are terrible.
We're above 50%.
Really?
On our free wing
Might as well just keep going.
success rate. They actually changed the rule. I just went there Friday, which was my birthday,
Oh.
and there was 6 of us, and everyone at the table got their food but me. Mine was at like 15 minutes and 10 seconds, so mine was free, and
So
they all had to pay.
Do they start timing it for you, or like
yeah,
you
yeah.
could?
No, they have a timer.
Really?
Boop. Yeah.
That's what I think too, because you could be like, well, when did I? If I'm start
Right.
timing it on my phone,
I'm not enough of an ass to be like,
Yeah.
well, I've been timing you.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I would just pay it every time. But no,
Yeah.
they set it up themselves. It's ridiculous.
because I thought that about what is it? Domino's is famous for the 30 minutes or less thing,
Yeah.
and they were responsible for timing it.
Yes.
But then, like, you're responsible for calling them out on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
That
not
makes it
there.
weird.
They
So
call
this is more
themselves
important.
out.
Yeah, this is the right way to do it.
ridiculous. But no, I think I've bought 2 things of wings in the last 3 months.
This is a little plug for B-Dubs.
Yeah,
Go there. They're terrible.
Go there before they end this thing because it's a horrible idea.
They go straight out of business.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
they actually changed it. They used to put the whole table was free if not everything was there.
Oh.
And now if you're a group like we had 6 people, they
It's just
split it
individual.
up and they're like, no.
yeah.
I was just like, I can't blame you because you didn't have a chance.
Yeah, we already had some people make comments, and they were saying that there are 3 Wahlbergs, which I think I knew.
Who's the third one?
It's Mark Johnny, and then the guy. Oh no, the other guy is
Bill.
I don't know who he is, but
Mickey.
he's the guy who does the cooking. He's the chef.
What?
Yeah, he's just another guy. I mean, if you found out,
Is he their brother?
Yes.
They have a brother that's a TV chef.
I don't think he's a TV chef.
Oh, he's the one at the restaurant.
He's a regular human being. Yes, and he owns the
okay.
restaurant.
And
He
got
makes
a
the
handout-
burgers.
He got a handout from his rich brothers
But the
to
funny
make a
thing,
restaurant.
back to Wahlburgers specifically, is that the funny thing is, it sounds like a joke. It sounds like something you'd see on Family Guy or something like that, like Wahlburgers, and they went in to make burgers, or almost
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Or you were like, hey,
Like if there was like, there's a Wayans Brothers restaurant. I'm not
no,
going
but
there.
not
You
even.
full of
But
shit.
But I'm saying it's way weirder because burger is in their name.
Yeah, right.
So it's like you got really high and you're like, you should start a burger store, man, because it's in your name. And then they did.
And they were like, yeah, we got tons of money. Why
They were
not?
like, all right,
sure.
we will do that. It's delicious.
What's our idiot brother doing? Nothing.
Yeah.
All right, he's making
No,
burgers.
he's a real chef or something. I don't
He
know.
makes burgers.
Yes, he's a burger chef.
Okay.
That's legitimate.
It is not.
What are you trying to say?
I can get great at burgers in a week.
I know 5 guys that beg to differ. You like that?
Yeah. I'm not even a giant fan of Five Guys, though. I like a thicker burger than they supply. That 2-stack thing is bullshit. Ringside. I'm plugging Ringside for the Columbus locals.
I'm not even getting into
Ringside in
whether
Pearl Alley.
you do
That's
or
the
don't
burger
like.
spot.
We're not sponsored by Ringside.
I am
You have to
personally.
prearrange
I
this.
tell everybody.
I have a tattoo.
Yeah, I got a T-shirt. I wear it every Tuesday.
Well, we didn't agree to this. That's not in the contract. You can't
We
have
got
personal
separate
sponsors. Levi is sponsored by something separately than me.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm just going to bleep it out when I go.
Oh shit.
This podcast is over. All right. So back around to it. I feel like the interesting. So you're saying that the problem is it's almost like, so if they're freelance and they have nothing, do they have nothing to do with the restaurant?
Correct.
So if they're completely freelance, but they're through the app, so they're in a.
I feel like they're gonna have to at least clean the tables, though, or you're gonna have a real shit show out there.
Oh, because if they literally have nothing to do with the restaurant and they're only beholden to you, then it's like, hey, we don't give a shit. We'll just leave it messy or do whatever we want. But again, the people are going to clean the table in the restaurant. That's
Yeah, I think
I don't know how that would actually work.
already has a table cleaning person,
A bus boy
Bus
or
boy.
woman, a
Yeah,
bus person,
bus persons.
bus people who are made of buses,
Yeah,
the yellow big
And they
giant
have
yellow people.
right. And the classier ones have that police officer that stands by the register.
No, you were thinking the other way. That is the worst.
How do you pull that shift?
I don't know.
You're gonna stand at the Taco Bell on Hudson for 12 hours.
But that's literally how you can tell if it's a bad neighborhood. You go into the grocery store and it's like 5 in the afternoon and there's a police officer standing by the door. Like, and also the grocery store, are they getting robbed or is it people just trying to like run out with food?
It's running out, I
Yeah,
think, because they're not
honestly-
allowed to catch you,
Oh, right, the employees. Yeah,
which is hilarious.
I know. I remember I knew a guy who worked at Best Buy and he got fired for that. He chased the guy down and it was like, oh, you're breaking the rules, man. You can't. You're not like allowed to
We're
chase.
not allowed to stop these people.
Yeah, but okay. Let's go back to the food part. We're talking about a bad neighborhood, poor people.
Yeah,
and they're stealing food. It's kind of like maybe we just let them take that food. I mean, they needed it.
Right.
It's Aladdin.
It's a grocery
He stole the bread.
store.
The guy stole the bread.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, these people didn't even bother to banana scam.
Unless they're what's banana scam?
Banana scamming.
What?
When you get the self checkout, everything's bananas
Because they're cheap.
because they're not like 19 cents a pound.
I have never
Never heard of the banana scam? Oh, that's the banana
This is
scamming
ridiculous.
way.
I have never heard of it.
I've never.
I am a upstanding citizen. I would never think of scamming.
I've heard it called many things. My
The
favorite name
banana
for it is
scam.
banana scamming.
Banana scamming. Is this a real thing?
I'm sure.
Wow.
Because you
So
have no control over me.
I
I don't.
So you're just
as
like.
Bill Burr said, I don't fucking work here.
So you're saying that they're looking, but they're not really paying attention, right?
Yeah.
The person who has to like look at the
Yeah.
4 registers or
Because
whatever.
I've definitely screwed up at the self checkout.
Really?
And it's just throwing shit in the bag because it's gonna take me 10 minutes to get that person over there.
That's never happened to me.
I don't know. I've definitely like rung something up and then threw like a different thing in. And I just keep going.
I've literally never done that.
Yeah.
I'm great at U-Scan. I should work there. I should. I
You
have
do.
such a record.
I don't know if you're aware of this.
I have such a good
you
record.
You do work
that
there.
They should come over and be like, "Sir, do you want a job?
want-
You have a perfect record. You've never made a mistake.
Beep, beep, beep.
I'm so good."
Yeah.
And every once in a while, towards the end, it says, "Put the last item in the bag," and I'm just like, "Oh, what do you
already
think I'm
did.
fucking doing? I just did 10 items in a row.
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah.
You know I got this.
Right.
So you're saying that you just take like a meat item."
Yeah.
And put it on the thing
Uh-huh.
because bananas are like cheap.
If you're having that struggle, but you really feel like lobsters, you could say 19. You could say these are bananas and weigh them.
Weird.
It's ridiculous. It's a complete loophole. They have no way to fix
I guess they could take
other
a picture
than
of
doing
it.
the job themselves, like they used to do.
It's definitely still cheaper for sure.
Yeah. Go for it. Take those crab legs.
Yeah. Wow, that's funny. I had no idea about the banana scamming.
Banana scamming. Yeah.
Well, anyone listening now, congratulations. You now know how to steal.
Steal from a grocery store that you.
And like it's funny. It's a funny version of stealing. It's less paying.
Yeah.
It's not 100% stealing.
It's in the middle.
It's like I'll pay. I just don't want to pay full
not
price.
paying that
I'll give
much.
myself my own discount. It's
Right.
not a 5-figure discount.
Right.
It's a 4-finger discount. It's a two finger. I push the
banana
buttons.
scam, but there's no way I'm ringing up my avocados as organic.
Oh, I never thought about that. I've never done that. You've done that?
No, I'm not ringing them up as organic.
I think organic has.
I don't even
a
know if I
barcode.
grabbed the organic one.
I think organic has a
The
barcode.
stick-on ones never work. You always have to go through and punch them in.
No, but I think, I don't know. I just think specifically organic stuff is like packaged in its own thing.
Oh, well, yeah, then you just ring it in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you get the choice. Because then
Now,
no
sometimes
one
you
would
go
make
there
that
and there's
choice.
like 4 kinds of avocados. I don't know what I grabbed.
Yeah.
There's
I
way
don't-
more choices on the scanner than there are in the store. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's for all stores. I don't know, man. I don't know the
idea.
details of this. I buy the same 5 things every time, and none of them are bananas.
Or avocados.
No, sometimes they're jalapenos. They're only one choice.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. There's no jalapeno scam. You know what would be funny is if there probably is, and you know this from the old the scrapper when the scrappers would take stuff, is that sometimes people like that are stealing. They're obviously they're the kind of people who steal things.
Yeah.
But there probably is something cheaper than bananas. Like it would be kind of be funny.
I'm sure there is.
It would kind of be funny if bananas were like one of the more expensive items anyway per pound.
There's definitely things that weigh less.
I mean, it's
Or
not about
charged
weighing.
per
It's
pound,
per
yeah.
pound. Yeah, right. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be, rice or something.
Flour.
Yeah,
As
right.
we covered before, it's flour.
Yeah, but flour's not bulk. It's not bulk item. You can't just like
Yeah,
spoon
you
in your own flour. I don't think so. But maybe there is something that you could do that for. That's cheaper.
It's maybe the olive bar. No, the olive bar's
no,
crazy
super
expensive.
expensive.
That's what you want to bring in as bananas.
Look at all these bananas I just bought. They're
Yeah.
little tiny black
right,
bananas.
Right.
That's funny. Yeah, but that was like to explain what that scrapper thing was. That there was a guy that we're at the Idea Foundry now, but the old location of the Idea Foundry, the guy next to us went out of business.
Oh, yeah.
He had a bunch of like high-end plastics and weird material, exotic
Yeah.
materials that was super expensive.
Uh-huh.
But everyone was just taking the steel.
Yeah.
Which is like steel is like the cheapest
Worth
thing.
nothing.
It's 3 cents a pound. We'll put it this way: at our old job, we drove an entire van full of steel. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like hours.
was packed full.
It was hours to load all this steel
Yeah.
in there for 2 of us. We drove it over there and they gave us $100.
Yeah.
It was a van full. They had to weigh the whole van.
Hey,
It was crazy.
it's not worth it.
And they're like $100, and we're like, I mean, it was like that much of any other material would have been
Yeah.
thousands. So yeah, and then that most people that scrap, they only know metal. They
Yeah.
only know steel.
They only know magnetic and not magnetic,
they
and
don't know.
that's it.
If it's not steel, it's aluminum. So
Yeah.
anyway, if they were smart, they wouldn't be scrapping.
Right. Exactly.
Or banana
I forget what
scamming.
it was that I traded that scrapper. Because he had some tools that he was going to scrap, and I just grabbed a shiny thing and traded it to him. This is heavy and shiny, huh? He was like, all right.
It's chrome,
Yeah.
shiny and chrome.
This probably scraps for more.
That's funny. That's hilarious. Okay, so you're saying that what restaurant could this work at? Is it specifically Chipotle, and it's like a company? Like you could set up this company right now and just have your minions go to Chipotle, and then people
Or
are just
any,
gonna.
I think Starbucks is a big one because that line can get sucky. Maybe you want to actually, if you're the person that just wants to sit in there, I'm not. But
No.
any coffee shop, really.
So these people are gonna be. They're just gonna try to anticipate like
When there's going to be a
busyness.
rush. Yeah. Yeah.
So lunchtime.
Uh-huh.
Or
If you're off work, maybe you got an extra long lunch and you want to make some
this is your way to hustle at lunch.
side hustle at lunch.
If you're like, this job isn't paying me enough,
Right.
I need to go make some money at
I'm gonna
lunch. I'll go be a waiter for an hour.
and come back.
I don't know what this computer keeps killing. So if someone's saying something and I can't see it, I'm blaming the computer. It keeps crashing, freezing.
I think
Is that still a thing we do?
What?
Computers freezing?
yeah, especially the flat
Unacceptable.
ones.
Unacceptable.
I think where this could be the most valuable is actually at sporting events
Yeah, for sure.
and concerts.
I don't know how. I mean, I guess you're saying these people have paid for a ticket even to get in.
Yeah.
So they pay. You just go to the Blue Jackets.
Uh-huh.
Because they actually have this at the Blue Jackets. There's 2 sections across from the
They have
benches.
concierge?
Yeah, they do. They have people that come down and they say, "Do you want to order anything or whatever?" And they go get it. They
that sounds great.
But I feel like it's kind of like you're saying. Like they just go wait in line, or they go and stand by the side where
Do they
they're
work
online.
there, or
They for sure
did
work
they
there.
sneak in?
Nah, they do work there.
Did one of them call you big man?
But that would
'Cause
actually.
that's how you know if they're homeless.
But that would be hilarious.
hey, big man.
Chief.
Yeah.
boss.
Big man's my favorite. Like, what?
But that's actually not bad for sporting events. That would be an interesting thing. So you go in there and you're just all entire time. People are just sending you
You're
their
just running
seat
nachos
location.
and hot dogs and drinks.
They just send you their seat location and what they want. They has to be
I'm
something.
already going to overpay for shit.
That you
So
already
that barrier is already broken.
So what does it do? It just adds 10% or something.
Yeah.
And then that goes to the guy.
Uh-huh.
That's probably low though, if you think about it. That's
I
not
don't
even
know.
a
I
tip.
feel like you
20%?
No, I mean, I don't think you need much of a percentage.
Why?
Because let's say, basically, 10%. Let's say for every person that spends $10, you get $1. That's a lot in a sporting event concession stand.
Well, it's a lot
What the
specifically.
fuck are you buying for $10?
Specifically at a sporting event, but I feel like
You're going to spend 20 probably. So there's two, and he's easily doing a person every 5 minutes.
no.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right. How are you
get
gonna wait
that
in the whole
from,
line? How are you gonna wait in the whole line for 5 minutes and make it back to their seat?
Yeah, I guess you're right. It might be less.
It needs to be. What do you think it really needs to be?
It needs to add up
$10
to
an
about
hour?
$12 an hour.
Yeah.
Which is not that much. That's
No,
six
no, but
trips
I mean-
an hour at $2 an order.
I don't know what the
That's-
average.
That's 10 minutes an order. That's not bad at all.
I don't know what the average Uber driver makes, but you got to assume
It's around 12.
Yeah. So that's
It
what I
can
would
get
think too.
higher at peak.
Well, yeah, and you're trying.
times,
The
obviously.
the faster
Yeah.
you go, or whatever. The same thing here. If you could figure out a way to make it through that line quicker, or whatever, then you can make more money.
Yeah.
That's the
or if
incentive.
you're in line and you get a couple other orders coming in, place them all.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing though, because I was thinking.
But then how do you carry all of it?
Yeah, but you're doing well. I don't know, but
can't.
maybe you bring a tray thing. But see, that's I know that's what I'm saying.
You
is
got a roll around suitcase.
you're going to get into some weird inflation here. So I've told you this, that my you got a very odd byproduct of capitalism, right? When you incentivize the different thing. So what you're incentivizing now is someone being the mule between food and seat.
Uh-huh.
And so my dad is
We already pay those people in a very strange way to begin with.
my dad's example that he always uses is rats. There was a time when rats responsible for the plague or whatever. So
Yeah.
he said, "We will pay you for every dead rat you bring us."
They still do that places. I watched
Yeah.
that rats documentary.
Oh.
And some people have horrible ways of collecting rats. They're so inefficient.
Yeah. Well, so what he said famously is that then what people started doing was raising rats.
Yeah.
So they breed them or whatever. They have breeding pairs, and then they just kill all the rest and turn
Yeah.
them in for money.
That's-
So what happens is you create more rats when really we want them with less.
Right,
So
but you got paid.
What you might, I get it. But what might happen here is a similar version of that. So if you're saying that, hey, people go wait in line for other people, whatever. Now what's going to happen is you're going to have a line full of line waiters.
That's fine.
Line waiters. Like waiter.
Yeah, there you go. There's your name, line waiters.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, you're gonna have a line full of those people who are like professionals in line.
The line will probably go faster then because they're not going to be up there hemming and hawing at the menu.
But also,
Boom, boom, boom. I
But
want
also,
this.
so guy A,
Yep.
first guy in line, he's gonna order 6 things.
Uh-huh.
Then that guy behind him is gonna order 6 more things, and then 10 things.
That's already happening.
Maybe, but I mean,
Have you seen people at a concession stand?
It's gonna get-
They're filling their arms because they don't want to make more trips.
I meant 6 orders, but you know what I mean. That's what I think.
Oh, no, I
while they're
think
waiting
it's a
in line,
single order at a time.
you can't do that. That's what I'm saying, because you said
That's how Uber works.
while they're waiting in line, they're going to get other orders coming in.
Yeah, a different waiter has to pick it up, just like Uber Eats.
But you
They
just said
cannot,
that. But
I
you
know,
just said that.
But I know, I was wrong. But Uber Eats, you can't pick up someone else's food and keep driving around while you're making a delivery.
Huh?
It's a here too, and then you can pick up the next one.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing stopping you then is going to be it's going to have to be the venue's policy.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Well, no, I mean that's the policy. You can only be delivering one at a time.
Yeah.
Well,
So
no,
the-
you're right, but some places that has to change. No, because
Yeah, or
the here and there is always the same. It's just faster if you're at a Chipotle. You're going boom, boom.
Yeah, or like I was thinking you could have 2 phones. You could have 2 apps at the same time or something if you were getting tricky. Because I'm saying,
I'm fine with that.
I'm
If
telling
you're
you-
good enough, go for it.
yeah,
I'm not
okay.
going to stop you.
Yeah, you'd still have things like if you take too long or something like that, you're
If you suck, you're going to
you're gonna get voted down.
voted down.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think it could be a big thing at sporting events.
Uh-huh.
We could try
I
it
think
here
it's-
pretty easily.
Oh,
at
yeah.
Buckeyes games.
Yep.
Yeah, those lines are insane
Uh-huh.
for some of those things. And you would think, I don't know, that's on the fucking stadium, man, because that's so stupid. If you have a line of 50 people all the time, have more concession things. This
Right.
is
What are
people
you
waiting
doing?
to give you money.
You're losing probably double that.
I wonder if
And people that just don't want to wait in the line.
I wonder if it would make money for the stadiums if all stadiums just converted to waiter systems.
I think so.
That would be so weird.
Who's not eating then?
I know if they were just like we're just going to do next game we're going to have 100 waiters.
You're gonna bring it to me?
And they're just
right.
and that's all they're
Hot
going to
dogs.
do. That's all they're going to do is just go out there. They got bright yellow shirts on or something.
Yeah.
And they're just going to say, "Give me your order, and I'll go get it."
Yeah.
Or the app
Waiter
just saves
day.
a trip. All the app would do would be save a trip. You're just
Yeah.
saying I could wait in the back and wait in line and wait till food orders come in. I don't have to get you and then go.
Correct.
And then I guess if you were really savvy, you know what you could do is you could have someone out in the stadium with like an iPad and they could text your orders into the guy waiting in line already.
Oh, if you got a team?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if say
Some
I'm
sort of
that guy,
squad.
I'm the guy and I'm just taking orders. I'm sending them
You
to
got
you.
a team. You got 3 runners. You got 1 line waiter. He's just circulating the line.
He's just putting orders in.
He's just
and then
circulating.
getting back in the back.
And handing them off.
Yep.
Your 3 runners are just coming through, grabbing handoffs.
Yep.
And running it out there.
This is your team.
Uh-huh.
It's 1 or maybe 2 line
Wait
waiters.
squad.
1 or 2 line waiters.
Yeah.
You've got a couple runners.
Uh-huh.
And then a order taker.
Yeah, and you got eyes out there because your runners, they can tell you if there's a shorter line on the other side.
Well, I don't even know how that works.
If you see a shorter line, you tell your line guy.
Yeah, but you can't get everything everywhere. That's see, I know that like the Buckeyes.
Oh, yeah, they have limited
Buckeyes
ones.
games are pretty old school.
Yeah.
Where they only have like a couple things. They have like the same
Right.
basic restaurant over and over again.
Yeah.
But like Blue Jackets,
They
all
have
kinds
literal
of,
restaurants in
they
there.
have all kinds of wacky stuff.
Yeah.
So like if you're talking about getting Skyline Chili, I mean there's only one place for that and stuff.
Yeah.
That's tough. That could make it tough on your guys, but you could still figure this out. It's funny if you did a team like that. I wonder how it would work if you really were just like I'm saying,
elite
especially in the
task
beginning.
force of
Especially in the
waiters and
beginning,
line waiters.
Me personally, I'm like this. Like when Chipotle has their like free burrito day, that means Dylan doesn't go to Chipotle that day.
Correct.
Because who the fuck
not-
values their
no,
time so
no.
little that like I'll wait in line for 2 hours to pay $6 to save $6 or $7 whatever a burrito is. It's like
Not me.
no, I would rather pay double and wait 0 time. So that's where Uber Eats makes sense for people like me, or this thing. I'm telling you, you could do a high percentage. You could do 25%.
I think so.
I think
I mean, it just depends on what the volume is, really.
Oh, so that could be interesting with the app,
Mm-hmm.
where when you get higher orders, the percentage goes up.
Yeah.
Because hey man, it's supply and demand. We can't get to you right now. So if you really want it right now, it might
If
be
you're
50%.
dealing with bigger orders, right. If you're just
It's
overbooked,
timing. It's all timing.
Yeah.
So the app could automatically figure out that timing thing. So hey, if we don't have a lot of orders in right now, our guys are basically just standing there anyway. So 10% is fine.
Yeah.
But if we're getting crazy orders and our guys are slammed, we're bumping that percentage up. It could be 50%. It could be double. It could be 100%. So if your order was $20, now you're paying $40 because hey, the line right now is a half-hour line or whatever. We can't get there.
right. You're at the biggest concert you've ever been to. You don't want to get up.
Yeah, or like a very specific time. That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Like it's halftime.
Oh,
So
right. Halftime orders.
Yeah, you can't charge the same amount because that guy's waiting in line for so long.
Yeah. I feel like this should be how it works.
Well, it's a lot to organize, but after you've figured it out once, it's just a system.
But these are huge companies that should already have this handled.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying, though, is that if the
Doesn't
stadium owned this,
Right.
if the stadium just did this,
Don't they outsource all that anyway?
I don't know. They do it in such a dumb way. The Blue Jackets one specifically, I know. I think a lot of places do this, but I know that a little bit better. But what they do, it's the worst idea of all time. So the people I think donate their time. So like when you go there and you look back on the back, it says today's staff is volunteers from Dublin schools.
What?
Or Dublin hockey team or whatever. And so every
every
single
day is
time,
people that are brand new?
Yep.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
I know. This is exactly
We
what I'm
don't know
telling
what we're
you.
doing.
This is exactly what I'm telling you. Is now what you've done is created
Why?
a system of new people every time. You know how annoying it is if you go to a restaurant and the person running the cash register is like, it's my first day every single time. The people in the back,
completely insane.
People in the back, I think are the cooks. I think they're the same every time. But I think everyone else running the food, getting it, they have to learn the menu every time.
Oh, that's horrible. What a stupid idea.
I know.
How do
In the
those
beginning of the
volunteers
game-
do anything else.
I know. And in the beginning of the game, they could be the runners.
They could be the runners.
Anything where you don't have to think. Well,
Yeah.
I guess then you're probably going to have to find you're going to have to figure out where the seats are, 102,
That's
105.
not that hard.
I'm telling you, it could be, though, and it's their first day. They're
Yeah,
dummies.
They are dumb.
Yeah, so either way, you don't get rid of these first day people. We're really
I didn't know they even did that. That's ridiculous.
I
What a
know,
horrible plan.
but see, you can make so much. I'm not saying you're making as much money as you are on tickets, because rarely would someone pay $50 for a ticket and then also $50 in food. But you could do $25
Have you
in
been
food.
to the movies?
No, movies are different. Movies would be cool too for this.
Yeah.
Movies would for sure work for this.
Yeah.
If you could, but you shouldn't be pulling out your goddamn phone when you're in the movies, though. That's what's annoying. But if you could somehow text, turn the brightness down.
Yeah.
The app itself is dark. Well, that'll
Oh,
help
it
you a
knows
little
when
bit.
you're at the movies.
Yeah, and then you text in, bring some popcorn. How about that refill? That free refill?
That free refill
but
that
you'd have
no
to
one
pay-
ever gets.
You'd have to pay for it somehow.
Yeah. They have to come get your cup.
Yeah, that's too much. And it's like 50 feet that you're saving to
Right,
walk.
right.
But you don't miss the movie.
I feel, yeah, the movie theater I think could work. It is tricky to figure out how to do it without being a dick in the movies with your bright phone on. But I think just turning the brightness down. But you can't trust people to do that.
No. No. It would be this would be interesting though. A lot of places if you could just basically you're just turning it into it's a mobile waiter.
Right.
It's just wherever I am, someone's waiting on me.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know how you would do it. Like if you were at a concert or something, you're a place where you don't specifically have a seat.
No, seating only.
Yeah, how do they bring it? How
No,
do they know where you
no
are?
general admission. For sure. I'm up by the yellow flag in the grass.
I'm standing next to the guy in red. Where is
No,
that?
that's not no, you can't do it there. It's
Yeah.
only seated events.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think this would work, and we want to call it. You think line waiter?
Line waiter's pretty good.
Line waiter's not a bad name.
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty good, and then I feel like most people would know about it, and,
Yeah, right
and it
away.
says what it is.
Yeah, he waits in line
Yeah.
and he's a waiter.
He waits in line for you, and
Right.
yeah, he's a waiter.
And yeah, they're going to bring you your stuff.
But that isn't. It's not an obvious pun though, because waiter and waiter are the same word, right?
Right. I think.
Am I wrong?
No, I think it's the
I
same.
think it's because that's what a waiter is doing is
Right.
waiting on you.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So it's not an obvious pun, but I feel like it would work. And maybe there's something in the logo or
If
something.
you had a real squad,
Guys
you'd
in
get a
line.
man on the inside to volunteer to work at that.
Oh, you just went Ocean's 11 on this.
Yeah.
So I've got one of the guys who works at the cash
He's
register.
in your back pocket.
He's putting
Just-
your orders in quicker. Yeah. And just like slide them up to you. Hey, that guy didn't wait in line.
These are practice orders.
Don't know what we're talking about.
He's
Yeah.
a volunteer. Shut up.
Well, I mean, theoretically, if you had this, I mean, you could do that. You could sort of split the thing into half and half. And these guys are all professionals, like at the airport. How there's a taxi waiting place,
Yeah.
and then there's the regular line.
Right.
And it's like, okay, these guys are taxis, so there's a system here
Yeah.
that
they
they're
get to swirl,
participating
they get
in.
to circle like sharks and
Yeah, or
park in
whatever.
these weird little angle spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like taxi stuff. That's Vegas had that specifically because it's crazy for taxis. But they had like they go 20 at a time, and you wait in a numbered spot, and then you just get paired up with taxis.
Wow.
Arbitrarily though.
Yeah.
So that's how it's fair, is that
Right.
it's random. So then any taxi has to wait in that line. I mean, that kind of makes sense. I
Yeah.
feel like you could do a similar system for this where everyone's waiting or whatever. Or maybe they even texted their orders in somehow or whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, if this got really big.
I think it could be, and I think for sporting events, it's almost a must-have at this point. I can't believe it's not the way it's done.
Some place to do it, like there's got like you would think
'Cause you
like
could just you could have a separate counter for just the line waiters, people.
well, you don't even need the counter. That's what we're saying. You're eliminating one step
Basically,
if
just
they
go straight
work.
to the fucking kitchen.
But if they work right, if they work for the stadium,
Yeah.
then you skip that step. They're going to fax their order directly or fax. They're going to
does
text
kill
the
this
order
business idea, but-
directly in.
Right.
That doesn't matter.
Right.
I want a part in it.
I don't care.
I want it to be a thing.
Make your money while you can.
But you would think some stadium, some fancy pants stadium would or even figure this out in the fancy sections. Like I said, the Blue Jackets kind of have that, but the waiters, it's not the best system. It would
Right.
be it could work better, for sure. It
It
could be a
just
real runner system rather
Yeah.
than just like coming out to you and that's only that one section. But you would think like the LA Kings or some like fancier stadium experience would
Right.
have already
That Dallas
experimented
football
with this.
stadium, the giant one.
Yeah, or like what's the other one? The Dallas one is a good example, or is it Houston Texans? Isn't that what it is?
They have a big one, but Dallas is bigger now.
Oh, and I was thinking, what's the other one? The St. Louis Cardinals, where they have the dome and everything. Like they have a pretty fancy stadium going on. You would think they could at least do that with like. The thing is, the fancier people
It's
don't
Arizona
care.
Cardinals, though.
Oh, right. That's right.
St. Louis doesn't even have a team anymore.
They've had multiple teams.
There are St. Louis Cardinals, but they play baseball.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, professional football is a waste of time.
Yes, I agree.
But the fanciest people are going to be skybox people, and they don't care about this at all because they
already have it.
Food thrown at them the whole time.
Yeah,
They don't have to think about it.
Right.
So that's why it hasn't existed, because the
people that could afford it don't care.
The fanciest of all people are like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Food is free.
It's already here. What do you mean?
Yes, I'm already eating. Why would I not? Why would I need more food?
Right. Why do I need some guy wandering around?
But you know what they could do is we've done this. Occasionally, my dad has been invited to sit in those boxes.
Yeah.
And he's thought, oh, they don't have any pretzels here.
Right.
I'll walk and go get one.
Yeah.
But hey, you can have someone bring it to you.
Absolutely.
Just meet me at the box.
Yeah, it really seems like it needs to happen in a stadium for sporting events specifically.
Yeah.
Because concerts is a little tricky.
Nah, yeah, right. It's too tough unless there was like an area you meet them, but then that's like the same thing, right?
And you don't really eat as much at a concert.
No, it's beers. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, I'm waiting here. The song's happening. I don't want to leave, but I do want another drink. How does that work? I don't know. You'd have to figure that out at some
line's
point.
off.
But if there's if it's assigned seating, then that's doable.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do lawn and stuff. It
You
just
don't.
wouldn't happen.
Nope. You're
Unless there
peasants.
was,
You can't afford me.
unless you had some clever system. Because my point is the GPS is never that precise.
No.
You would never be like, I know it's this person right here.
Right.
You know what you could do, though? If you were looking for someone, this is interesting. If you were looking for someone on your phone, you could have your phone, like, show a color. Like, it's bright purple. And then you lift up your phone.
That only works if it's dark.
Well, at a concert.
Yeah.
And then, so if you were on the lawn seats or something, you could just be like, I'm this guy, I'm purple phone.
Purple phone, man.
And they know to look for you because it's like a very specific color, or like
I think it's
teal
still
or
pretty
something.
hard to see.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I feel like then that might be a way to pick somebody out.
Yeah, it's doable. I mean, really, it should just be on the person that made the order to pick out the line waiter who should just put a
They have the purple
obvious
phone.
shirt on.
Yeah, they would have bright. That's
A
the thing,
goofy
these are
hat
bright
or
yellow
something. Big,
A big
like a rainbow
pink mustache.
Hat. They wear a big pink mustache.
They just work for Lyft.
Yeah.
No, there'd be something to sort out there, but it could happen. But obviously you don't start that way,
Right.
And then I do like the idea. I mean, you could. This is hilarious. But Starbucks, you could do it. I mean,
Starbucks would be
honestly,
great.
Starbucks would be great, or any place like that. Obviously, any coffee shop. We're just speaking generically, but like anything, McDonald's, Wendy's, anything.
Yeah.
Five Guys would be perfect for, or Cane's, any of those places.
I'd be great at Cane's.
Where you just put in the order for me, and I just go sit. I just pretend like this is a sit down restaurant.
Yeah.
Someone else handles.
I mean,
all
that's the original plan for this. I think it works great. There's plenty of places where I just don't want to go wait in a line or deal with drinks. I'd rather just go sit down.
Well, I feel like,
And at a restaurant like that, if you're the only waiter in there, that percentage can be down per order because you're going to be able to get up so many per hour
yeah,
because your trips are like 20 feet.
yeah.
I'm going from here to there.
Well, and also the interesting thing about like any restaurant like this, like Five Guys or Cane's, their specific systems are put in your order, then wait,
Then
and
go
they call
find a
out your
seat.
number. So I don't know how that part would work though. That might be a little weird if you did Five
Well,
Guys.
the waiter has a ordering tablet of some sort.
Yeah,
Or they literally just write it down old school like a diner.
Oh, sure, but they know that they're like number 105 and 110 and
Yeah.
112, so they just know where they go.
Uh-huh.
So they can handle it.
And I feel like the people that work at that fast food place are going to recognize you.
Sure.
You've been in here all day.
Well, that's what I was saying about
Running the
about
tables.
Wahlburgers when I was there, and they didn't have like any shirt on that said anything. They were just like scabs.
Yeah.
and they were just like
They all just look like Donnie.
they just write it down. No, they were all little tiny girls. I don't know. It was weird. And they're just running around getting your drinks. And that was what made me think of this the first time is that you ordered a drink and they just took your cup over to the self-serve thing and got it.
Yeah.
And I thought that's a weird step, right?
Well,
Like
what
that-
else do you think they're doing?
Yeah, I know, but it was
And
self-serve.
any-
Like anyone could have done
yeah.
it. Like if I wanted another drink, I could have walked over there. It wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't behind the
But
thing.
the basics of that machine are the same from the
Oh, I
shittiest
know.
restaurant to the highest restaurant.
Yeah. Right.
They're just going to a different place to push the button.
But it just seemed like it was just a weird. I hope. Yes. Every once in a while, if I switch views, anyway, technical things, jargon, blah blah blah. I was just trying to see if we had any comments in there, but yeah. So I think it's great. I feel like the line waiter. There's no reason why that couldn't just be an app right now.
Right. I think it's a pretty easy one to make and test. And really, I think it should be the way all of them work.
Yeah.
Why? Because the way we pay wait staff, like legally, it's like $2 an hour plus
Yeah.
tips. It's bizarre.
I know.
So weird.
It
Stop
is
doing that.
It is a weird system. It is definitely something that needs looked at.
Yeah. Just quit
And-
doing that.
well,
quit hiring wait staff. Let them come work there on their own.
Well, and another thing you fix, which I think is no small thing, is tipping.
Yeah.
America is
We're out of control.
we do a
According to the rest of
yes,
the
we do a
world.
weird thing with tipping. The average is about 18%, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Uh-huh.
And when they automatically add it on, I think they only add 15%.
Yeah, it's 15 when
So
it's automatic.
it's like people are going above and beyond because they just
Yeah.
think, oh, I don't want to be a jerk, I want to
Right.
be nice, and they know that they make some crazy low amount of money,
It's
$2 or $4 an hour
low.
or something
It's-
crazy.
I think it's 2.
It's something
It's
crazy.
around 2. I know that.
But there's obviously all kinds of nuances there. That's the simple way of saying it, but like that's taxes, and if they didn't
Yeah.
make enough, they don't have to pay the taxes and stuff. But anyway, it's a weird system. And the thing is about taxis, what I think is great about Uber, what they really solve is, I don't know how you do this with the food. I guess you do prearrange it. But the great thing about Uber is you look to get from here to there is $12.
Yeah.
Prearranged.
Uh-huh.
There's no more negotiation. I
Right.
say yes. You come get
That's
me.
the same way
you
with
drop
Uber
me off.
Eats. Uber Eats has a preset tip amount that you can adjust later.
Yes.
If you want to go back and be like, that guy actually
I think you can do that in Uber too.
was awful.
I think
Yeah.
I think in Uber you can add tip later. You have 24 hours to
Right.
like change or
Right.
rate them differently or
Yeah.
something. But see, that's the thing that I think that is no small thing to make a big deal, to make like a revolutionary change to, is this whole tipping thing, man. Because it becomes an awkward thing, and like it really does become like a weird version of like, what was it on Third Rock from the Sun?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that? Oh, there's another episode where he takes like a stack of $1 bills, like 15 of them, and puts them down when he goes on a date.
Yeah,
and puts
yeah.
them down and says, "This is your potential tip.
Right.
Everything you do from now on will either add or subtract," and like starts taking things away. And it's like,
Moving it around.
it makes. I feel like it creates a weird
It's weird.
relationship with them.
Yeah.
Like I have an X amount of dollars for you, and if you're nice to me, I'll give you
And
more.
I never
of them.
know, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm
agree.
never
So
100% confident with what I'm doing.
So that's
I had a
why-
terrible waiter Sunday. Mm-hmm. No, Saturday at a place. I won't name the place, but there was no one else in there. Barely anybody there. We were done eating, and it took us like 45 minutes to get our bill to pay it.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like it should be 0, but I'm not capable of putting 0.
Yeah.
Like,
I put 0.
you gotta be pretty bad for me to put 0.
I'll tell you where I've in my life I've tipped 1 penny and 0, and it's, if you're a Columbus person, it is at Thurman's.
Oh, I understand that already.
And Thurman's became really, we both used to live right by there.
Yeah.
Over in German Village, and they're great. They have these giant burgers. They were on TV, and that's what messed everything up. So they
Yes.
were on Man versus Food or something on the Food Network
Yeah.
or whatever, and maybe that's Travel Channel. Anyway, they were on TV. It
was Food Network.
Anyway, they were
Yeah.
on TV, and so they got like
Crazy
like
famous.
a spotlight or whatever. Yeah, and there was lines out the door. But we went there. You might have been there one of those times that I went there. Anyway, we went there, and they weren't busy at all, but like they were just used to having terrible service because they're always like slammed.
Right. They have half of the restaurant is dedicated to waiting for a table. They could
Yes.
just put tables there.
I know. That's the stupid setup too, is that it's almost like, and it's such a small building and it's so cramped. Yes. And
Now they bought
first
the place
half,
next door. It's just for to-go orders.
they're so dumb.
Like, what are you doing?
The first half of the store, right, is just places to wait. And you're right.
Yeah.
If they had 2 more tables there, they'd at least get 2 more sets of
You
people
could
through.
fit 8 in that room.
I know. But I don't know. Who knows what their deal is? But one time my service was so bad. The food was fine. the service was just so bad that I was like, it was almost like they had disdain for us. Like I'm so sorry to have come to your restaurant and made you wait on us, which is your job.
Right.
And it was like, I'm gonna tip a penny. She was that bad. And then the one time it was a similar person or whatever. I think it was a different person, but they were just so bad that it was like an adversarial relationship. Like, you're crazy. Like, I want to keep you negative. Like, you owe me money from this. It's crazy. But the food was fine again. So it's like, what are you going to do?
It's
so
weird. That's
so
a
I took
weird
0, and that was the
situation.
last time I was ever there again. That was the last
I
time
never
I've ever
go
gone
there.
back.
The burgers at the breakfast place next door are
Right.
100 times
That
better.
was a little pro tip.
That's pro tip.
What's the name of it? So you can plug
It
them.
is called German Village Cafe or Der Coffee House. They have a weird name situation.
I thought it was German Cafe or Burger House.
It's
No, not
cafe.
burger, but they have great burgers anyway.
They're insanely cheap and they're
right next to
way
Thurman's.
better. Yeah.
It's on the what would that be? West side of the street.
Yeah. South side. South
Yeah,
side of
but,
Thurman.
but west
Yeah.
of Thurman's by like
It'd be
one or two
east
buildings.
of Thurman's.
Nah, you're
towards
wrong.
the corner.
You're wrong.
I was just there.
It's this way towards
No,
us.
it's the other way.
Oh, okay,
'Cause it's
east.
right next door to what used to be Easy Street.
Regardless, you're right.
Columbus talk.
Okay, so go there. Go there if you're in Columbus. Most of our people are anyway. So
Yeah.
most of our people are
I have a
family.
funny Five Guys interaction I always have with this guy that works at the one near where I work at.
Uh-huh.
For a while, it took me a minute to figure this guy out, but he has resting not impressed face. So instead of like a resting bitch face, I went up and I made my order. And I look at the guy and he's just making this weird face like I really thought I fucked up. Like he just, yeah, I guess you could get bacon on it. I walked away and looked back. He's just always making that face.
So you just like keep ordering stuff. You're like,
that's exactly what
I'll take a
happened.
small cheeseburger, and he's like, and you're like,
and onions and Cajun fries.
2 fries and a drink and another burger to go, and like you just keep adding
Exactly.
things because you're just like,
I guess.
is that enough food?
Yeah.
I don't feel like it.
Whatever.
Is that all you're gonna eat today? That would be hilarious if you were just like,
I guess.
well, I don't know. There's just something about this guy's face that makes me want to keep like adding on.
That's exactly his face.
That's hilarious. And the guy's just like waiting, thinking.
He doesn't
in his
give a
brain,
shit in
"Man,
real
people
life."
Order so much. It would be hilarious to see like the real stats on him compared to his exact like counterpart there that like another person that has the same job. And it's just like, I don't know why, but people order like 2 times as much food when
Everybody
this
gets all kinds of crazy toppings on your orders,
It's
and
kind
everyone
of-
else is just getting cheese.
It's kind of like, when, like, I don't know if this has ever happened, but the complete opposite of this would be if you start ordering something and they'd be
Yeah.
like, so like you're right in the middle of your order. And
Right.
they'd just be like, that's $10.95, please pull up. And you're
Well-
like, I had more, but
I'm not
but
done.
It's awkward. But like, that's like the opposite of that, like never accepting that you're done.
Right.
And what else we have?
and
Look, that's the and then from Dude, Where's My Car?
yeah, that is what that is. Yep. Yeah.
Nobody needs to get mad
His
that I
face
didn't
is
know.
and then face.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, what else? More?
Yeah.
Is that all?
You see that whole menu? Those toppings are all free.
Look, keep going.
Get whatever you want.
Get another burger, get more toppings.
Yeah.
More burgers, more toppings. Classic example.
All
right.
Giving those away.
The line waiter. I like it.
Yeah. I don't know how to make an app, so that's my main reason for not wanting any part in it. I have
I
no
don't want,
clue how.
I don't want to make an app. I want apps to exist. I want them to just. I'm waiting for the point where you can just be like, I'll describe an app, and then it will just. My computer will just make it. I don't know
that'd be
how to
great.
make it. I've got some apps.
Just do it, and I'll just sit here and stare at my phone until it shows up.
Yeah. So speaking of
Then I'll go
apps,
to Chipotle and have a seat and wait for my food.
speaking of the apps and just having them made, the follow up that I didn't think about was the this will be bonus content, but is from Grandma Uber. Is that my
Whoa.
dad has been calling my grandma Ubers.
Really?
Yeah. So there's a little bit of. I mean, obviously you're just adding an extra step every time.
Yeah,
But
it's working.
But it works. He's done it 10 or so times, I think now. And if you could count like there and
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
And so she calls him.
Uh-huh.
He knows where she lives, of course.
Obviously.
And then he sends her
an Uber.
Yeah. And he said the other day it's not very far
It's
that she
gonna
has
be
to
weird
go.
when you're an Uber driver.
Well,
You pull up, and then you're just like, well, I guess this makes perfect sense.
I know, right? Oh, I get it. And you know what happens? That's funny is that she then calls him to get a ride back,
A ride home.
and tells him I did or didn't like that guy, 4 or 5 stars or whatever. And so she like rated him. And she said one guy had a very difficult to open door. This is a total grandma problem.
Yeah.
Had a very difficult to open sliding door, and he didn't help her.
Well, that's just silly.
And everybody else so far had helped her or whatever. So she's like, oh, they're great. They talked to me and gave me 5. So she gave him 5 stars. And he said it was 14 minutes from the time she called him to the time she was there and said she arrived the first time they tried it. So it's like,
that's
it's
impressive.
Like yeah. So it's perfect. So as far as like, for her, I mean, and you know what he
all
did?
She needs is that interface that's pre-programmed.
I know. If you could figure that part out, right?
Yeah.
Which I told you sort of exists. They have the Internet of Things button you could pre-program.
Yeah.
There's obviously a bit more difficult literal programming that goes along with that. And it would only go one way, so you'd have to have Wi-Fi on the other end and push a different button and send you home. Send me home button would work. It would make sense.
Home sender.
But you know what's funny is she was wary about doing Uber the first time.
Yeah.
And so my dad sent her a taxi. They said they'd be there in 15 minutes. It took an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, taxis are terrible.
And then the guy he thinks took advantage of her and said he didn't have any change. So he just like got an extra tip because he was like, don't have any change. See ya. I'm like, I think that the problem with taxis, first of all, Uber is like destroying taxis.
Oh, yeah.
But also, they don't want to make a trip. Like they have a location.
Yeah.
And they're far from it.
Yeah,
but
they don't want to go out there.
Uber people are wherever they are.
Yeah.
And they turn their app on and off at whenever
time.
they do it. So they could be by you, and that's the whole trick of it. But taxis are like, oh, we have to dispatch a guy from where he is to you.
Yeah.
And they have a much smaller
That's
pool
a
of
mess.
people. So an hour is like, man, I mean, it's a side-by-side comparison. 14 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes. I mean, come on, taxis, and it costs more and everything for the taxi.
And the guy was a dick that stole your money.
Yeah, he stole from you and was an hour later. So taxis are not a thing anymore. Taxis, I want no part.
I want no part in you. We're jumping back on the Grandma Uber ship.
Yeah. But that's just an update on Grandma Uber.
The prototyping's going great, even though you're supposed to have no part in it. But I guess you
don't.
Your dad does.
He does it.
Yeah.
Call Uber for your grandma is what we're telling people.
Right.
It's not a business.
If he just got a hold of a nerd, he'd have that thing running no problem.
Yeah. I could probably figure it out, but it's a lot of work for one grandma. If you made it a thing and sold it, and here's a button that grandma can push for Uber, that would make sense. But
it's probably our best legitimate business idea is that Uber should already be catering to old people.
Oh, I know. They should have sorted this out.
No one needs more rides than them.
Uber should sell Uber buttons.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like we said, where it should be 5 different places or something where you can press them and go there.
Yeah.
And then it could just very briefly, temporarily connect to cell service.
Yeah.
So like if you had an iPad that just had the Uber app and it also had the 3G, then you'd be fine.
Yep.
But other than that, I don't know another way to do it. So you need people that don't have smartphones. They still need like Uber button.
Yeah.
Getting a home button would make a lot of sense.
Just the home button is all you need.
It knows where you are, and then it would know where your home is. It would do the rest of the work.
Yeah. I mean, even for now, you could even replace your dad with a call center.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. If he didn't exist, you could just call a third party random.
Yeah.
And anyone with a cell phone, anyone with a smartphone would do this.
Right.
Yeah. I know. It's so close.
Yeah.
Yet so far away.
Right. Too bad I don't want any part in it. It sounds great.
Because I would be the perfect person to figure this out.
Right. I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing. I can handle setting up a call center.
Yeah. That's
You just need phones and other phones.
All right, let me wrap this up. Line waiter, I want no part in this.
Yeah.
Thanks to, we had a ton of people watching this in the very beginning. You didn't know this, but we had our highest viewership ever. I'm not going to say the numbers because when we go back in time, we're going to laugh about how small they were.
Right.
When we have millions of viewers.
Uh-huh.
But anyway.
When we dial it back to millions.
Thanks to anyone who was actually watching this. See you later.